We back again. You know how we do it. No days off. It's your boy Biz back again. Episode number 6, Small Towns, Big Dreams. And today I got a very special guest, one of my day one brothers. But before I bring him on, I want to get you guys to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Also, please leave me a comment if you don't mind. I love constructive criticism. It helps the channel grow. But nevertheless, I'm going to bring my good friend on, Mr. Rod D. What's going on with you, brother?
What's going on, family?
Man, not too much, not too much. How's everything going on your end?
Man, everything great, man. I can't complain one bit.
I know that's real. Well, man, look, I know most people know you, especially most people that's gonna be following me, man. But for those that don't know you, man, let us get just a quick overview of who Rod D is.
Well, first of all, Rod D is a God-fearing man, first of all. Second of all, I come up out of Adelaide, Arkansas. One of the first to actually put out a hip-hop record besides Sculler B. Uh, I was part of the group, the Eldar House. We came out, we dropped 2 projects. I ended up going solo. And pretty much I done worked with everybody, anybody that's in the music industry. I went from the music industry to having my own trucking company to having a PMU school with my wife. We got a lot going on, salons, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We just out here trying to make it. Entrepreneurship. Tired of working for other people.
Oh yeah, man. Well, look, that's the only way we roll, man. So I got my first question for you, Rod. What made you decide to turn to the streets at a young age?
Well, as you know, we come up out of Rock Island. Coming up out of Rock Island, you really didn't have too much of nothing. You seen the other people that probably was middle class back those days. You would call them middle class. They kids running around with Jordans and all this and that and the third, and I'm running around here with XJ 900s. And I got tired of that. So I wanted something good too. And plus, my mom was a single parent, and just growing up in the neighborhood, you think that illegal activity is the only way out because that's the only thing that we seen or we did. We wasn't taught anything different. Luckily, I got older and I found out that it was another way of life. That
No
you could
doubt.
actually make it by doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So that just what it was, just having it rough coming up and wanting more, and all you thought the only way you thought you could get it was through the streets.
For sure, man. Well, of course, me and you've been friends well over 3 decades, and I always will be. But pretend I don't know. Uh, what's some of the challenges? What's some of the things that happened to you while you were out in the streets? Like, what for
I
people
was
that
shot.
haven't?
I was shot in the head when I was 19 years old. Somebody broke in my house, tried to kill me, tried to rob me. And the crazy thing about it, I was shot in the head, and they only got 10 sacks. Back then, that was $10 a piece, so that was $100. Somebody
Right.
tried to kill me over, basically. You know what I'm saying? So, I grew up like that. Shout out to Bookie and Screenfellow, rest in peace. Marcus Jones, all us, we all was real tight back then, and just coming up, just running through the neighborhoods, man.
Yeah, I remember that day like it was yesterday, man. It was a sad day, but man, that's one of the
Yeah.
things that showed me that God is real. Because one day you were shot, and 2, 3 days later we were back chilling like nothing had ever happened, and I had just
Yeah,
never
and a
experienced
lot of
that.
people don't know the story about that. I'm sure you do because me and you close. But like when they got ready to shoot me, I said a prayer to him. I don't fear no man,
Hmm.
though I walk through the valley of the shadows of death. That art that ride the count comfort me. Um, and I really believed in that. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the church, went astray. You know how it is back then. All the old people, they go make sure you go to church. You know what
Oh
I'm saying? So
yeah,
I was brought up in the church. So I always had a strong faith. And I actually believed that. When I got shot, I like, hey, it is what it is. I'm finna meet my maker. Let me just say at least one last prayer. And a lot of people wouldn't even talk like that. You know what I'm saying? But I was just making
hmm,
my peace, just saying, hey, God, hey, it is what it is. You either gonna cover me or you're not. And if you don't, that's fine too, because I know you still real. You know what I'm saying? So basically that was a crazy thing, and I'm pretty sure the person who shot me, I know they probably were like, wow, you know what I'm saying. To this day, I'm probably,
Mhm.
even if they're alive, if they're not alive, because I heard so many different stories, but.
Right.
If they is, I'm sure that day still hunts them, and they know that God is real.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. So we do know that even after that happened, that didn't deter you from doing whatever you was doing. You continued to probably do what you did for years and years after that.
It
But what?
deterred me for like a year. For a
Right,
year, then I jumped right back out there.
right. But what ultimately happened to you that made you turn away from the streets for good?
I mean, when I went to the feds, you know what I'm saying? I had just had a daughter, and I get back, and um, I had a truck. I've been having a truck, a diesel, since like 2011. I never really took it serious. You know what I'm saying? I really
Mhm.
just bought it, and I was like, okay, when I get my first 50,000, I'm gonna go buy a truck or do this, do that. And I went and bought a truck, and I run it for a while. I let somebody run it, then I don't run it, then I let somebody run it. But you know, because I was in and out the streets. So
Of
when I
course.
came home from the feds in 2020. I started taking the trucking game serious. My brother already had been on me about doing it, but I took it serious. I already had my CDL. I got my CDLs when I got in trouble actually, and I worked for a few companies myself. So when I came home, the first year off of one truck, I made over 300,000. And me making 300,000 in 1 year off of a truck, I'm like, what the hell have I been doing? Like, like this is real. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mhm.
like, man, it is legal. I ain't got to look over my shoulder. Let me straighten up and get it together. Now I got two trucks and I'm working on my third. Fit about another one. But I mean, just think if you doing that with three, four trucks, man, that's $1 million. You know what I'm
Easy.
saying? That's an easy million. Now, I'm not saying you get to walk away with the whole million. So
Of course.
anybody know that this is about business, you're not going to walk away with the whole million. You got to take
Absolutely
in
not.
maintenance. You got to take in gas. You got to take in paying a driver. You got to take in a lot of things in accountability when you making that type of money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So out of the 300,000, I might have walked away with 125,000, which that's still good money when I'm not
Hey.
working for nobody.
Oh
And
man,
I
that's a
wasn't
fact.
driving at the time. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't
Right.
driving the truck. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
just came home and sat on the bench. I was sitting down, but I took the trucking serious and I put a driver in it. So when my driver actually got his money up, he bought him a truck. I started driving,
Hmm.
and then I got to keep all the money. And then I'm like, okay, now I got a better contract where none of my drivers have to leave outside of 100-mile radius, and they go home every night. So,
Yeah.
and that's what a lot of drivers want. A lot of drivers don't want to be over the road. A lot of people want to be at home. So now I got the best contract. So if y'all see this and y'all got y'all CDLs, you got at least 2 years worth of experience, and you don't have nothing on your record, on your driving, on your MBR, man, holla at me. I get you in, especially if you're in the Little Rock area.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, man. That's what's up. Well, look, I know you're in the trucking. Obviously, everybody know you from the entertainment business. But what do you enjoy doing the most? Do you enjoy driving trucks and learning the trucking business, or are you still like entertainment? Hip hop is
I
my
mean,
baby.
entertainment is always gonna be my first love. You know
Right.
that's off top. That's my first love. Uh, I love entertainment. I don't make the same amount of money as I make in trucking as in entertainment though. You know, I might hit a lick here and there on the show. Like I might throw an event and might walk away with about 30, 40,000, but I'm liable to throw another event in the middle of the year that I lose 10, 15,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like
Hmm.
it's just a gamble. And then not only on the concert side, because I throw a lot of the concerts, but I mean even with my artists, like we might spend let's just say we might spend a quick 20,000 on promotions and this and that and the third, but in the
Hmm.
next couple of months, we might make the 20,000 or 30,000 back. But you gotta understand, I spent that money and I still got to give him a bigger chunk of the show money because that's where most of the
Hmm.
money come from. Because
Right.
the show money, a lot of the show money go to the artist. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And the streams and the publishing and all that goes to the company, a lot of it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So in this day and age, streams ain't like it was when we was out here selling CDs for $10 a pop or fifteen
Right.
dollars a pop. The streams, that's a rip off. You know what I'm saying? That's like, nigga, give me your music, let me sell it, and you just take these pennies. And that's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh,
honestly, like, bro, they paying us um a percentage of a penny. Like, I can't even go spend what you give me off of a spin. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, you're not even giving me a whole penny. You giving me
Mm-hmm.
something of a penny. Like, good Lord.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely turned to where you're only making money off the shows. But let me ask you this question: how has it been transitioning from being an artist probably the last 20, almost probably 20 years to now being a full-time manager? I know you still record songs here and there just because you love it, but I know I can see the transition where you really going strong with the management side. So has that been a big change for you?
Well, yeah, because you know somebody else's career is in your hand. You know what I'm saying? It's different when it's my career and I fail for myself than failing for somebody else who actually believe in me. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Because this person put his career in my life, I mean, in my hand, and let's just say I don't do exactly what I need to do the next 5 years. I done took 5 years off this man's life, and 5 years is a lot in the hip hop side of the music industry anyway. You know what I'm saying? It might not be a lot on the R&B or the Southern Soul side or whatever, but on the hip hop side, that's a lot of time, 5 years.
Oh yeah, for sure, for
Because
sure.
you know they always want to put an age limit on hip hop, you know, for
Right,
whatever
right.
reasons. But I feel like if you make good music, you make good music no matter how old you are.
Yeah, if you make good music, you make good music. So I know you keep talking about a particular artist. Of course I know, but tell us about your main artist. I know you got a few that you manage, but I know you got one that's got a lot of motion right now. Every time I look up, y'all on the highway going somewhere different, getting a lot of shows. So can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, my main artist is Papa Hussein. He out of Louisiana. Over 30 million streams just on one song. I'm lit. I'm lit is a real Southern classic. No matter where you go, you're gonna hear that song.
That's
I
for
don't care
sure.
what city, what state, where you go, you gonna hear I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
and we actually linked up, man, when I came home. We did the song with Mo 3, which he didn't know Mo 3 was gonna be on there, but he jumped on there, did the hook for me and everything. And then I just asked him what his situation was like. And he was just like, man, this just really me. Me and he had a homeboy mailman who was in on it, helping him out. But it really was him, and he really had hit a spot where it just got to a standstill.
Hmm.
And I told him like, man, you ain't at a standstill. Really, you really just not marketing yourself right. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, it's all about marketing. That's what I try to tell all the artists now. It ain't even about the music no more. It's about the marketing. Everybody want to buy into your personality,
That's
and
right.
that's basically what the industry is now. So,
Right. And that
and
goes to
and,
show. And
and,
that
and that's
goes to
what I
show
was
you.
trying to tell him.
Right. And that goes to show the value of somebody like yourself with so many years of experience. Yeah, you got this young hot cat that's coming up and he got a nice buzz, nice song, but he still needed that extra nudge of somebody who's already been through a lot of these battles. Because, like you said, when we started, it wasn't even MySpace. We was buying 1,000 CDs, pressing them up,
And hitting the
going from city
streets.
to city, coming out the trunk, just giving them away. And
Yeah.
I remember when MySpace first came out and you got your MySpace, I said to myself, oh, we about to get it now, because we were just able to connect with so many people. And I know
Different
I'm
people,
aging
yeah.
us by saying this, but just the age of the internet, man, it's changed the whole industry. So let me ask you this: what's next for you? We know you got the trucking, we know you got the entertainment business. I know you're partnering with your wife in the beauty industry, but do you have any other ventures coming up, or are you just like, hey, I got my hands full, I'm gonna focus on what I already got?
Well, man, definitely getting into real estate. I already been buying stuff. I actually bought the whole block that I grew up on,
Mm-hmm.
everything on Raw Street, up by my mom house. Me and my brother actually own. We own everything
Mm-hmm.
except for that church. We own both lots and everything except for the church. But we also been in talks with the church to buy the house part of the church.
Right.
But we just getting into real estate, and that's really probably gonna be the cutoff point. Cause I mean, I don't want to spread myself too thin, because
Mm.
if you got all this stuff going on, some gonna take a back seat.
Oh, that's a fact, man. That's a fact. One of my previous shows was about multiple streams of income, and if you don't choose the right ones, if they don't go together, it'll put your life in chaos.
Most
Um,
definitely.
yeah. So, do you got any like shows coming up that you throwing, or shows that Papa Hussein gonna be a part of that y'all just showing up to?
Yeah, actually, this weekend we actually back in the hometown. We back in El Dorado. We're gonna be at the Daiquiri Shop and Lounge this Saturday. Papa Hussein Big Homie Show performing. Um, Memorial Day weekend, Little Rock, Arkansas. We at the Hall. It's one of the newest theater type style venues that's in the city, and we bringing Starlito and Don Tripp for the Step Brothers tour, and that's going to be Memorial Day weekend, May 24th, and then May 31st we in Epps, Alabama. They booked Papa, and we in Atlanta June 19th. We down there for the Juneteenth festival. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
booked Papa for Atlanta for the Juneteenth festival. But other than that, man, we just working, man. We got a Southern Soul project about to come out. Papa Hussein did a whole Southern Soul project, so we about to get ready to drop that soon. We got another hip hop album in the cut, called "How the Fuck He Do It Again." So it's basically like a part two to the one he just dropped last year in July, but we did a part two to it, and he dropping that. Actually, I think it's gonna be Memorial Day weekend too, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's not about it. That's a lot. that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's
that's
busy,
definitely
man.
that.
Hey, man, but I tell people all the time, and I understand. I know it's probably more of an age thing, but when I'm on the internet, I see a lot of questions. Who's the best out of Arkansas? This, that, and the third. And I'm like, they always sleeping on my bro. Because you one of the originators, man. We
Oh
went all
yeah,
around.
oh yeah.
Yeah, we went all around this state at the turn of the century, man. And I know for a fact people wasn't doing it like we was doing it in the early 2000s, man. And
I
you
don't
know,
want credit. I don't want credit though. I
I
want
know you
debit.
don't. You,
I
you
want
should
I
want
want
it.
debit, bro.
You
You know
you
why?
should want
Because
it. But
debit
I
is
can't.
cash.
But look, Ryan, I can't give you no debits, but I can give you the credit that you deserve, man. And
I
you
need some
definitely
debit,
deserve it,
man.
huh?
I need some debit.
Yeah, well, all I can offer you is some credit and some love tonight, man. You definitely done. I think you've done it better than probably anybody in the state, and that's including some of the ones that have gone on to be bigger. Because sometimes it's right place, right time. But you did it all organically. I know the 5-6 years we did it together, and I haven't been a part of it really formally since 2005, and it's 20 years later, man. And you steady getting better and better. Your reach is getting wider and longer. The connections. I mean, you probably rubbed elbows with every major star in this country,
Oh yeah.
man. Maybe not the big boys, but
Yeah,
definitely some
I
heavy
mean, but a
hitters,
lot,
man.
but a lot of them
I
end up
know.
being big. That, like,
Yeah, for
you know what I'm
sure.
saying?
Yeah.
Like the Kevin Gates. We wouldn't never thought Kevin Gates would
Oh
be as
yeah.
big of an artist as he is. You know what I'm
Future.
saying?
All these
Cause
guys,
I
man.
ain't gonna lie, I thought bro attitude was gonna let him make
Man, you know what? I didn't like Gates at first, but I love him now, man. I love me some
Oh yeah,
Kevin Gates,
Gates hard.
man.
You know what I'm saying? I've been around Future. You know what I'm saying? I got a mutual friend that whenever I go around him, I be around Future. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like everybody, bro. Like anybody that done came through Arkansas, pretty much done. I either done brought them or bumped into them. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
for sure.
Most definitely.
And it's all been organic. It ain't clout chasing. It ain't butt
Yeah.
kissing. It's just
But you
like,
know that's why I don't get the credit I deserve because I don't do the cloud chasing. I don't do the butt kissing. I don't it's a lot. I feel like I hindered myself from blowing up because I wasn't
mhm,
as sociable as I should have been. But
right.
it's hard to be fake, man. When you come from the streets and you really was about that, it's hard to be fake. You know what I'm saying? Because if I call your phone, like if I call any of these artists that we just mentioned, they gonna answer for me because they know it's some business, they know it's some money. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like I ain't called them just to shoot with them, this and that and the third. And it's okay if you do, but I just never did it. You know what I'm saying? I had homeboys that was around me that was good at that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Calling, tapping in with people, but I just never was like that. If I call you, then you know I'm trying to spend some money. And if I'm
Oh
finna
yeah.
spend some money, that means I'm finna get some money.
Well, we was always a tight crew, and we didn't really get outside our circle. So that just continued on till we got on up.
Yeah,
I live the same way, brother. If it ain't about business or we ain't got a deep relationship, I'm probably at the house. Because at this point in my
yeah.
life, that's all that makes sense, man. But to be in the world now, the social media world, where people do anything to get some attention, bro, you've always kept it solid. 100. Like I said, just watching you close, brother. I've just seen the growth. I see you as a father with your daughter, man. I love how y'all relationship, man. You got your boys on up. They hadn't been in no trouble or nothing. I mean, I just got the highest level of respect for you, bro, and I want to tell
I
you that.
appreciate it. I appreciate it, fam.
Oh, yeah, no
Definitely
doubt, man.
appreciate it.
No doubt, man. But like I said, I know most of y'all gonna know who this man is. But if you don't know him, go follow him on all social media sites. You want to tell him you like your Instagram, your Snap, or
My
whatever?
Instagram is ROD_D_SMG. You can hit me up on Facebook up on the Ride D Smart. My YouTube is just Ride D, or you can go to Smart Moves NT YouTube. We got several one. Make sure you go subscribe to Papa Hussein YouTube. Make sure you go follow him as well on Instagram. It's Papa Hussein Official. And man, all I can tell y'all is go listen to Papa Hussein. I'm telling y'all, he will be your next favorite rapper, your next favorite Southern Soul singer, your next R&B singer. He do it all. I'm telling you, he can't miss you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So make
he
sure
can't
y'all
miss.
y'all go stream all his new projects. Actually, we just dropped a new one called Don't I need you to go check that out too, Biz. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but we got a new one out called Don't I. He redid the Young LA and he
Oh yeah.
snapped.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I bet it's hard. Yeah,
Oh man, he went crazy, bro.
he's very talented. I remember when you first started telling me about him, how good he could rap, and I heard him rapping. I'm like, yeah, he cold. And then you was telling me about the Southern Soul. I'm like, I'm gonna check it out. And I was like, I've been telling you, like, I like the Southern Soul version probably the
Yeah.
most. He's just
Yeah,
so
you do
talented,
say it.
and for him to record all his own music, to do everything, man. I know from how we came up dealing with people that were more dependent. It's good to have
Yeah.
somebody self-sufficient that can do all the stuff themselves. So now all
That's
you
the
got
good
to do.
thing about him. He had to spend his own money. You know how it is. The
Oh
shit
yeah,
different when you spending your money.
oh yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's a perfect match, man. That's why I think it's y'all gonna definitely make it, man. I already see it. I'm excited for you,
Oh
bro.
yeah. Most
But man,
definitely. We're gonna bring you back on the road. We're gonna get you back out here, man.
you, you know I'm coming too.
You know what they call us? Jay and Dane, man. We're gonna be back
Jay,
out here.
the original Jay and Dane,
We
baby.
gonna but we gonna keep it original though. We ain't gonna fall out like them.
Oh no, that's impossible. That's impossible,
Yeah.
man. Well, bro, look, I know you've been on the road all day. You out every time I talk to you, tell me how you wake up at 2:30 in the morning. So I know you need to
Yes, sir.
get your rest, man. But I appreciate you jumping on with me, breaking some bread and dropping some jewels to the audience, man. And
Most definitely.
like I said, bro, if you ever need me, you know how to get me.
For sure. Hey, I want to say all the young black men out there, man, y'all make sure y'all put them guns down, man. Pick the books up,
Definitely.
get some knowledge, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep God first, man, and quit letting this music and everything dictate your actions, man. Because once you get behind them jail cell, man, that person you would call gang, you won't even see them no more, man.
Well,
So I want
yep,
to send that out to all the young black men out there, man. Y'all make sure y'all tighten up out there, man. I hate seeing our community the way it is right now.
man, that's so real, man. That's the perfect way to end it, bro. Well, like I said, man, if you need anything from me, brother, you know how to get me.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right, cuz.
Yeah, and I just definitely want to echo what Rod just said, man. Definitely many blessings, sending love and prayers to all those affected by the Conway shooting. It's such a sad situation, that we are still doing this to each other, man. I just wish we'd all, just come together and get this together. And, I've seen a lot of people, on social media over the last couple of days talking about this. A lot of men, stepping up, saying what we should do, and they're all right. And I hope some kind of way, the right leadership steps up, man, where we can all coalesce around, man, and try to get a hold to a lot of this gun violence, man. But anyway, I want to thank everybody that stayed through the whole video. Like I told you, it was going to be some jewels drop. This is definitely a man that has lived a long life, man, and he's been very successful at every level he's been on. But if you want to, I guess if you need any information on him, he's already left all his information. But as for me, I'm going to let you guys get back to it, man. I appreciate y'all staying to the end. And as always, I ask you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And leave a comment if you like. I love constructive criticism. But until the next time, when you got to go, you got to go.